So, welcome to another episode of the London Years. And before start talking about my personal stuff, my experiences in London, as usual in this series, I can't avoid to pay my tribute, my respect to the great Paul Diano, who passed away just a few days ago, just a couple of days ago. So thank you, Paul, for your music. And you know, almost everybody is mentioning obviously the first two Iron Maiden albums, but uh, I wanted to say that he also did interesting, interesting stuff outside Maiden. See if I can share something now. So after Maiden, he left. I think he was fired, or both things at the same time in 1981. He had an amazing band in the 80s, Paul Diano's Battle Song. So these two albums, this is Fighting Back, 1986, Children of Madness, 1987, and it's great stuff, man. I don't know why, I check in YouTube, some tribute videos, and people, even from important magazines like Metal Hammer or so, in Spain at least, they are saying that it was irrelevant what he did after Iron Maiden, and I don't agree at all, man. You could check a bit. He had a very punk attitude, that's true at the beginning, but this is middle 80s and this is fucking metal again. Like, I don't know if I can play, for the copyright things, but let's try a bit. This is amazing stuff, man. Look at this one. Copy, copyright things. Let's. Paul. Look at this one. Another one. Another one. And the voice is amazing. Sounds very powerful and clean, maybe even more than in the Maiden studio albums. Okay, the last one. The last one. The voice now is showing even a bigger range in his voice in these albums. Okay, so it's enough, I think, just to show you a bit that it was great, man. That if it wasn't, a commercial success, doesn't mean that it was bad, like some dickheads say in some YouTube videos that he didn't do anything interesting after Iron Maiden. So stupid, man. So check a bit, man. Check a bit and do a proper tribute to the great Paul Diano. So now let's come back to the London Years stuff. So to join the Paul Diano with my personal story, we can mention the pension and benefit system in England because yeah, Paul Diano had some problems with that. And me too. Well, I had up and downs. The year was now 2012, I think, and at that moment, no, 2011, sorry, and I had some cash in hand jobs, a very cool one, DJ, mainly metal, old school metal, trash. Even here, I show you here a bit. Even I got at home a bit what I used to have in the pub, like a double CD mixer. I have even look at that, with a vinyl, so I can play both. Like it's really cool. So I used to do here in my room, but I used to do in London pubs. Like, okay. So yeah, that was the coolest cash in hand job I had in London. And then I was doing some job in Slimelight. I think I told you guys about it in another video too. So collecting glasses and yeah, keep the floor tidy, stuff like that. And then discussing with a friend, about if I had enough money with these two things, and she say, well, you should sign in. And I was, what the fuck is she talking about? What is even sign in? She was English, so sign in is a normal thing, for the way they speak there. But yeah, basically was to go to a job center and explain the situation and get some help, at least to pay your rent. So I say, okay, let's see how it works. So I try, I walk, so far I knew they were everywhere, job centers, but until that moment, I was years and years living there, and I never stepped in one of them. So I did, and I explained stuff. I handed my CV, I registered with them, and for my surprise, it worked. All of a sudden, my rent and the basic expenses were covered by them. Um, all you needed to do is to go every 2 weeks and prove that you are actively looking for a job, yeah, so that's how it works. And it entirely depends on the person who is sitting in front of you. Can be a good experience or can be absolutely shit. It's like everything, like a bureaucracy thing. If the person wants to help you, they will. If not, if they want to be assholes, they will do it too. In any countries like that, I think so. At some point, a guy had enough with me. I don't know, maybe he didn't like my face or he wanted to do, a step further. And he checked my CV and focused in possibly my lowest job I had, which was kitchen porter. Instead of checking, I don't know, I had a university studies in Spain and English courses done. No, he focused in the fucking kitchen porter job, the motherfucker. And I say, if you did that before, maybe you don't mind to do again, temporary, and maybe then you can, while doing that, you can put your life back on track again, which was bullshit. Once they put you in the system again, they just forget about you. They are not going to help you anymore. Then, of course, you can help yourself, but, for them, it's like, oh, we got a person out of the system again. But maybe I should insist that, I should show him that I wasn't interested, that I wanted that's the problem. I was not sure what I wanted, if I wanted to come back to an office job or a pub job. I didn't know back then, so it was a bit my fault. So I say, okay, yeah, well, if I have to do, I will do it again. And then the job he looked for me was unbelievable. Was working with the DLR trains, cleaning basically, cleaning the platforms, cleaning the train stations, cleaning the train depots, picking up papers on the train while moving, with passengers, and you are picking that. It was unbelievable, man. Yeah, cleaning trains also in night time. Well, it was very hard, man. I was, it was like a proper gym. It was a very hard job, and I could do it, but you know, after a while, I got used to it, and I quit the slam light job because with that was full time, so I had no fucking energy to do that. And then at weekends go to slam light, from 10 in the night until 7 in the morning collecting glasses. No, I couldn't, so I quit the slam light one. But I managed to keep my DJ nights with some friends' help with so we did a trashable attack back then. And yeah, I carry on with this job. But the worst thing about the job was not the job itself. Maybe I could last longer, but it was the people. The people who were in charge back then, they made the job a nightmare. Could be a normal job, could be even a cool job, because when I was doing the glasses in the station, cleaning glasses with my, I think they call it squeegee or something, like I'm gonna do in the script, like this, cleaning the glass like this. I was the king of the world there. I was like, like singing, in my own world, singing my music and cleaning the glasses. That was the best thing I did there. But the guys in charge were absolutely assholes. I'm not gonna even mention the countries they came from, but maybe it was the normal thing there. But here it looks like a fucking dictator's mentality. You give these guys a bit of power and they totally lose it. If, for example, you are mopping something in a Canary Wharf on the platform and they take literally in front of everybody shouting at you in front of the other passengers and, yeah, you are not doing properly. It's like this, What a fucking piece of crap they were. Shit, man. So I saw a few guys even, kicking the water bucket there in the platform and quitting the job straight away. Not anyone can handle that, but I didn't want to fuck it up again, and if I needed to deal with the job center again, I didn't want trouble, so I kept doing even longer than I expected. So I was with them over 1 year, I think 1 year and 3 months. Then I had enough. I was skinny, doing a fucking physical job. And then, yeah, I took holidays. I'm talking about 2012, and I didn't come back. I told a friend still working there, tell this guy to not to fuck off, but like I'm not coming back. It was by the Olympic, by the way, by the Olympic Games in London time in 2012, where I guess they were gonna be busier than ever in the Olympics in East London, and this is for the DLR trains that were in East London. So imagine 10 times, we expected like 10 times more people, using the trains and the platforms. But then I talked to a guy working there, and he said that it wasn't so massive difference, like they expected. Anyway, I told them to fuck off. After a while, I didn't wanted to deal with the job center, and after that experience with that asshole, focusing in just in a less relevant part of my CV. So for a while, I continued doing only the DJ thing, Trashable Attack in the Dev, in Intrepid Folks, and more clubs back then. But yeah, London is a very expensive city, so very soon my savings were going down the hill again. So I say, okay, I can come back to the fucking job center, but I don't want to fuck it up again. Let's see what I want to do. Let's see what I can tell the guys I'm interested in and focus on that before they fuck it up again, you know. And that's very important in life to know what you want. I'm talking in general now. Otherwise, you're gonna be in trouble. Yeah. So because of the job DJing, so and I was checking the guys behind the bar, and they were cool and able to work hard but have a good time also. I say, okay, I'm gonna tell these guys in the job center, instead of an office job that it looks a bit complicated, if English is not your first language to get an office job in London. So I'm gonna tell them I'm interested in a bartender job, and maybe from that going to a pub management, something like that. So I will, and I had a coolest person in front of me in the job center office there in one of the popular offices. I'm not gonna say which one, that doesn't matter. And first, she put me in a hospitality course, and from there, I got a job for Weatherspoon, which is maybe the biggest pub chain in UK. Back then they had like 800 or 900 pubs. So I got a job there in East London as a bartender. It wasn't a rock and roll or metal environment, but like doing the job, putting the pints, and even I remember I was promoted for a while to team leader, and now I blame myself. In that point, maybe with that experience, I could, have a go to rock and roll pubs, at least to try to get a job there, to enjoy myself more, or to even doing both things, DJing and bar jobs. But I don't know why. Maybe I didn't insist as I should, but it didn't work. For a while I was just working for Weatherspoon and doing the DJ nights in Camden and Soho in metal pubs, but not working behind the bar over there. And yeah, that in that situation, I came to the year 2013, and we are gonna leave it in this point for the next video. So have a good time or a great evening or day, or I don't know what time of the day are you gonna watch this, and subscribe and click like and share, and see you in the next one. Love you, Paul. We are gonna miss you. Paul Diano, rest in peace.